immediately just made me go, oh, okay. And then it was because, you know, there's love. I have love for him, but we've been married to him. It's like, come on, pick up your underwear. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, who's got a question in the audience here? Right here, you up front.
Yeah, I was just wondering the writing process and the directing process. Do you split things up? You know, like you take this, I'll take this in both ways, or do you do it together collectively? What was that like?
Question is, do Nat, Jim, as writer-directors, do they split things up? What's their process?
We don't split things up in the sense I know some writing partners tend to like, you do that scene and then we'll convene and we'll rewrite it together. Because of our improv background at the Groundlings, I think we operate better in that sort of world where we're bouncing off of each other. So that's definitely how we write together. And then as the same with directing in the sense that we would make sure, like sort of Allison was, that we were on the same page together and that one of us would tend to go over to the actors and maybe one was talk to the DP and switch it up. And I think that we also would respect if one of us felt like something really adamant about, you know, shooting another take or something that being friends way before any of this started, we know how to sort of check our ego aside and allow us to sort of follow that person through that whole thing. So for the most part, we're usually together. Sir?
Was there much improv in this film, or was this just as scripted?
It's mostly scripted. That said, with our improv background, you got Sam and Allison and then Maya Rudolph, who we were in the Groundlings with, who's wonderful. Yeah, and we love the atmosphere of improv, and we certainly love improv, especially when you're coming from a place of story and character, which I think is paramount to really good improvisation. And so we, being on a small budget, we had one camera, and we shot this thing in 24 days, 25 total. We had to buy one extra day out of our little pockets. But and to do that doesn't allow a lot of time to say, let's just let it roll and find, you know, moments. We need to find the moments we have, and if we have time, we'll add some stuff. But you know, that said, we throw new things at them. They'd offer suggestions. So there's plenty of wonderful things peppered in. Press My Laundry is that lady right there. Hootie Hoo is that lady right there. And then for like, you know, another example just to show you how well they did with the old married couple, although Not Now Woman was in the script, they kept riffing obviously and yelling at each other all the way to the house. So that whole thing about where's your eye patch, I lost it, that was just them sort of running with that. So anything that we had time for at any places, we went for it, but you know. Sir, yes.
Will we see Jim's mustache again in some further role?
No. Please no.
Growing.
Please don't ever do that again.
Yeah, yeah. That was a mustache that felt like a non-choice to me. Like in other words, I had a beard and I grew out my hair as long as I could. Sorry, it's not as. Some people were like, "Oh, I thought it'd be thicker." But no. And so we got.
Who thought that?
My dream
self.
self.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
My
that's
my
what
dream
I thought.
self.
Okay, good.
You know, it's like phantom. You know how that thing where you think you have it, so you have the phantom hair, where I think I have to get a scrunchie to pull it back. I'm not going to answer your question.
7 rubber bands.
Sorry. Yeah.
Just
Got it. Super tight. Super tight. Really quickly, so we'll move on. But yes, so I started shaving it in the makeup trailer and that. We just went to like goatee, you know, and then we went to like handlebar, and then we were saying, that's not enough. And then we went with this sort of halfway non-choice, where we're sort of fangs, where if I really smiled, it almost connected underneath my mouth. But I don't know. It's a beautiful look. And a lot of people say, oh, you lost a lot of weight for the movie. I go, no, that's just stress eating my body. Because we couldn't afford playback. So you never really saw our faces until we saw the dailies. I was like, oof, sorry, folks.
And our craft service was extraordinary. What's that? Our craft service was so extraordinary.
Oh, yeah.
Just the 4 bags of chips.
Oh, yeah.
The old
just
milk
a jar
cartons
of
and
tepid
yogurt.
water with apples floating in it. A little snack before we shoot. Sorry. That was long. Yes?
Hi. Your characters are incredible in both your movies. How much do you write about your characters that we never see to sort of create them before you put them?
Sort of like, you know, as far as creative backstory.
Their backstory, everything. It's just
Oh, there you are. I'm sorry. It took me forever to find out who was talking. Sorry. Oh, there you are. So it's that weird thing where I was just looking at a bunch of people.
You clearly were.
No, I was like, this.
Right, characters. That's right, we do write characters.
Just all I saw was a sea, and I was like, oh, okay. Going back to that thing.
That's sorry, I just keep it's more funny, just
Making fun of me. Well, you know, I think we love, obviously. Yeah, some characters, you know, like the inspiration for the Christmas card and stuff come from, you know, our training is, the Groundlings fundamentally is is an improv theater and sketch comedy, but all of it is rooted in character. You do a lot of character study about asking why people are the way they are and tapping into your friends and your family and your coworkers, people you know specifically, and getting to the root of who they are. So whenever we would approach and have fun creating these characters, it really was at least a smidget of someone that we might know or an inspiration, and then we just sort of build it from there. And being performers, it's sort of fun to sort of flesh out their voices almost as if we're acting them out. And then certainly as you write, I think some of that history starts to present itself, you know, as you sort of discover these things and they become really fully formed people. So sometimes you have a lot to start with, and sometimes we had a nugget of something and it became something more as we started writing.
You had a question?
Myself?
Yeah.
I first of all have to say I absolutely loved it so much. I mean, this was by far, it's right up there at the top of my favorite films. I went through every emotion. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, you are our favorite so far.
But I wanted to say, you guys, you talked a little bit about having not that huge of a budget. Do you have a rehearsal process before you film? And then, as a fellow writer and actress, what would be one nugget of information or motivation that you could take out of your brain and pop into mine to keep up going?
Oh, keep going, okay. Well, we'll start with part one.
Yeah.
So to repeat, because I don't know if everyone heard, your first question was, with the budget, did we have time for rehearsal, right?
Yes.
No, we didn't. Unfortunately, because of our budget and also because we had all of our talent were sort of coming off of other projects, and we're basically, you know, flying in and then working the next day. And so ideally, yes, I think in our minds we were like, oh, we'll have 2 weeks and we'll all just live at the house together and we'll really get to know each other and rehearse the film and explore these relationships. And then cut to it was sort of like, yeah, Steve flies in on Friday night and we start the next day kind of thing. So which is a tribute to the talent that we had, that they're able to literally show up and jump right in and do incredible work. So it speaks to their ability more than anything. But we didn't have any time, save for one day between Sam Rockwell and Liam James. We did one day of rehearsal, and then we, oddly enough, had a table read halfway through the shoot.
Which is the best time to do it.
Because then you can really see what you should have done. So really informs.
Yeah.
No, we ended up shooting all of the water park stuff and then did all of the majority of the house and beach stuff with Allison and Steve and Tony sort of in the second half of the shoot. And so we did our sort of table read, but it was really nice actually to have everybody collectively hear the script aloud. And even though we had shot all the water park stuff, it was still, very beneficial, I think, to the community in a sense. But so that's the first part, I guess, of the question.
I think you were just asking if we had a nugget of wonderful holy grail advice about being a writer and actor. And the only one I can speak to is for us is that it really was this 8-year journey, and there was a moment where we had the opportunity to, we were told, we'll make it with these particular people. And while those people were fine actors and actresses, they didn't feel like the movie we wanted to make. And so in order to walk away from that meant you have 3 more years where you can't do this movie. So we made that choice to wait 3 more years to take one more shot at a movie that we wrote a long time ago. And to me, that just speaks to what I feel like is the process of being here and being in that creative world where every day is, unfortunately, an up and down roller coaster with life in general. But it really is usually worth the journey of taking the longer one rather than taking that short, quick one for instant gratification.
Yeah, I took the long road too. I didn't get started until I was 38, so I was in the trenches for a long time. I kept doing it. There was nothing else I could do. If there was anything else I could do, I would have done it. But when you know that's the only thing you can do, it kind of gives you the strength to hold on and keep going. It's like, someday someone's going to get it. Get me. Someday.
I'm 22, so I just got here, so it's going pretty great.
Stepped off a bus.
Yeah.
You literally stepped off a bus.
Literally.
And got a show on the CW like that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Well, I don't make movies, I just watch them, so there you go. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the top kind of movie, especially during the summer months, where you gotta get it word of mouth. Spread the word, use social media like Facebook and obviously Twitter, and I don't know if someone's still using MySpace. Go for it. But please tell everyone to see it. Movies in theaters now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So much. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.